Hi, I'm Reba Hervis, Artistic Director at Overshadowed Theatrical Productions. Welcome to this week's episode From the Wings. We have Rebecca Leland with us, and I'm not really quite sure who this is over here.
My name is Emily Cecil. I'm Rebecca's roommate.
Oh, so you just brought her here today?
I brought Emily Cecil here on From the Wings for a huge announcement that we have been keeping from you for about 2 months now. We're going to...
Good morning, starting Tuesday off right. Good morning, get ready to take flight. Good morning, talking about the things. Good morning, it's me and me from the wings. From the wings.
Where are we going?
I thought we were going to New York.
Where are we going?
Well, I bought a ticket to London.
London? I could change my ticket.
Okay, but do they have musicals in London?
Yes, you didn't know?
No.
The world premiere of Hercules is playing in London right now.
Well, then we're going to London.
We're going to London! And we're bringing Emily!
So, Reba,
Yeah?
we're going to London.
Yes.
How do you feel?
Okay, I have to tell you, there are 2 countries that ever since I was little, I've always wanted to visit. I've always wanted to go to London, and I've always wanted to go to Italy. London, because, let's face it, it's the birthplace of Shakespeare, and a lot of people say that the West End Theater, which is what theater is in London, is better than New York and Broadway.
those are fighting words.
So it's always been something that I felt like, oh, I have to see this, and I have to see how I feel about London theater.
Oh my word, what about you, Emily?
I'm spoiled. I got to go a few Christmases ago with my mom, so it'll be really sweet to see it in the summertime.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the difference of weather, and even
Right.
the hustle and bustle,
Yeah.
walking around.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I
that's
do remember the energy was really, really bright, and people were so friendly.
Did they have accents, obviously?
Oh, yes.
Did
I
you
loved the
did you
accent.
want to use their accents or no? Did you ever
I
have
just
that
have
like
a terrible way with accents, so I don't think it crossed my mind.
okay? Oh, you mean like you're not good
Try.
at doing accents?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I'm not either. In fact, I had a director once look at me and say, your character is not British. Maybe don't try to talk like that.
Oh my goodness. My sister told me, she goes, be forewarned, because we love accents. We love being quirky. I know it's shocking. But she told me, she goes, you are going to go order something, and she goes, do not use their accent. You're going to want to mimic them. Like, she goes, like, just in our blood. You're going to be like, thanks, governor. So you guys are going to have to stop me. You're going to have to be like,
Okay, you and I are ordering food.
what do you want to eat? Go sit down.
As you know, we're doing My Fair Lady next
Yes.
summer, and one of the plot lines is that the Professor Higgins is a professor of language, and he can tell by listening what part of England people are from, and he'll say, "Oh, you grew up on blah blah blah." So I'm really interested to see if we can hear
different types of dialects.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that'll be fascinating.
Maybe we should make like a little bingo chart.
Oh, this one I think was
But then do we have to
fun.
ask them? We'd be like, where are you from? New Lennox.
Could you fill out our bingo card, please?
Yes, we are. Please follow From the Wings as well. So we're excited for the food. We're excited to be in England, but West End.
Yes.
Can you tell us? I really don't know anything about West End.
Well, actually, the only thing I basically knew, and this is a terrible story, okay? So my mom used to be in a choir, and then they would go over to England, and they would perform it in that church. And every time they would go to England, they would always go see a few West End plays. One of the plays, the last play she ever saw over there, she was sitting next to the pastor, and the show was Miss Saigon. Do you guys know anything about Miss Saigon?
I've seen Miss Saigon. It's really sad.
The opening number opens up with the American soldier in bed with the Vietnamese girl.
and she's sitting next to
And
the
she's
pastor.
sitting next to the pastor, and she's like, that's what I know about London West End. But I actually did a little research. We obviously have 2 iconic theater capitals. We think of London, the West End, and Broadway and New York, right? A lot of people think that Broadway is better Other people think West End. I really don't have an opinion because I haven't seen it, right? And so that would be too hard for me. Let me give you a quick definition of what Broadway actually is. Broadway is the heart of American theater. It has 41 professional theaters that are all clustered in New York City. It is about prestige and polish and really major commercial productions. Like your people live to get their production on Broadway because then they think it's going to have a life afterwards.
Right.
And they think that then people will do it and it'll tour all over the country, right? Whereas the West End in London, it's obviously the version of Broadway. It is usually, though, a rich historical theater district that is filled with both commercial hits, which is probably what they're hoping Hercules will be,
right?
But it's also about edgy new works. We're going to talk about an upcoming review from a production that's playing at Chicago Shakes right now and an upcoming From the Wings, which started in Manchester, England. And of course we know the play that goes wrong that we recently just did. It started in England. And so there's a lot of things that start over there and come over here as well. Also, there are things that are hits over there, and then when they get over here, they're a flop because we don't laugh like that. Our humor,
British
is,
humor
is different, right? And the audiences are different. So here's some other key differences. Broadway has 41 theaters. The West End has 39. New York's location is Midtown Manhattan versus London's Covent Gardens. The venue style Broadway has is usually more modern. Wow, why can I not
modern?
Talk about this?
It's modern.
You
are good with accents.
The venue style on Broadway is usually more modern, but it also has very standard kind of seating arrangements. You expect it to look a certain way when you go in, whereas from what I understand, the West End is older and it's more intimate, and many times you can't see because there's obstructive views, which is gonna kill us.
When you say many times,
that's what they say.
So it's
oftentimes, which I think often is many. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but that's what I think. Well, I guess you just figure it out. Because it doesn't mean you can't see anything. It just means you might not be able to see the left side of Kimberly or Kimbo's house.
Which honestly, if it was Kimberly or Kimbo, I wouldn't care.
Now, this is something that I thought was really interesting. So Broadway tickets are the ones that are usually more expensive. And I thought it was 100% going to be the other way.
West End.
Yes, but it's not. Broadway is more. Where, Broadway usually ranges anywhere between 120 to 200 unless you're trying to see Denzel Washington or somebody, and then they're 900. West End has more preview performances so that they're cheaper, and then they have more day of tickets, and standing room only tickets, and so they do a lot of different things so that you can get discounts.
When you say standing room only, you mean like you're standing for the whole show?
I do mean that.
This is quirky.
Yeah.
Man.
But when you think about it, the Globe Theater, that people stood up or sat on the ground.
Not everyone here has been to the Globe Theater.
Well, I have just not been to the Globe Theater, but guess what? You are going this time because I got tickets
to the Globe Theater.
Well, a tour. We're not going to see a play there. So we could have seen a Shakespeare play there, but I don't know that we have time. I am packing our itinerary.
It's incredible.
There's something that I feel like we need to know.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
And do they need to know as well?
You do if you're going to England.
Listen in.
So there are cultural differences between Broadway audiences and West End audiences.
Do they throw tomatoes?
No, they do not.
Is it more interactive?
No, it's worse. Now, when you think about Broadway people, when we've gone, that a Broadway audience will erupt into applause when a new person comes on stage, right?
No,
And they love it. Broadway loves their actors and they accept their community, right? Which I love.
Yes.
I wish people would do that and overshadow when a person comes out and be like, oh, John Hackard, hey, look, he's on stage. I think that would be amazing, right? And then their standing ovations are usually expected on Broadway. Not so in London. What I heard was that they are reserved and that we need to look up what clapping etiquette is.
Ew.
Which I have not done yet, but it says, yes, it does say British, right?
Hoity-toity.
They're going to look down our noses and like, ooh, they must be from America.
Because we're going to be like, yeah, Hercules! Woo! Get it!
See, I'm not going to sit next to her because her in an audience is loud anyway. We're going to have to muzzle her. Now, I did not find any proof of this, but I have seen some TikTok videos that some of the theaters have ice cream at intermission.
Why did you make it sound like you were going to say something like really controversial? They have ice cream.
How dare they?
Ice cream, because you don't eat sugar. So Emily, ice cream.
Now I know why I was invited.
Yes, to be
I
Reba's
can't
buddy.
eat ice cream by
Alone.
myself. The last difference is that Broadway they typically cast big name stars. A TV star, a former Broadway star, something, because they go for the marquee appeal. Whereas West End really kind of goes after the talent.
I love
Which
that.
we love.
I think that's going to be amazing. So, yes, Disney's Hercules. Have you seen any clips? Have you watched any of them?
I watched one, and I only watched 5 seconds. I was like, I gotta stop because it looks crazy.
I know. I cannot wait.
It's
I'm
gonna
so
be
excited.
It's gonna be good.
Sadly, it's our last night there, so we're going to spend 3 days first, and then we're going to see her.
So sad
Finish with
that we're
one
gonna be
And then we're going to
yucking
be
it up.
having fun in London
London.
first.
What a
Yes,
shame.
Yes. We cannot wait to tell you the things that we've learned, give you the review about Hercules, and hopefully we love it, and how we were treated.
I know, or how we treated them.
Yes, all the things. And we can't wait to tell you whether it's really true, the difference between West End and Broadway, or if this is just some other person's opinion.
What's your new tagline?
Going behind the curtain so that you can see if it's worth the spotlight.
So we're excited to be going behind the curtain here, over there, and everywhere when it comes to musical theater and theater.
I hope you will follow us so that you can come along for the ride as well. And then maybe next year, I heard there's a rumor that the world premiere of The Greatest Showman will be next year. And we might just have to go back.
Can you imagine? West End.
Who wants to come with us?
I love how leave it to like from the wings, like, oh, we're going to London. Oh, but that's not the biggest thing. We might go back.
The fun never stops.
But definitely follow us on From the Wings. You'll get to see more of Emily while she comes along with us on this trip. And follow us on Instagram and then also on YouTube.
Until next time, this is just me
And me.
And me.
talking to you
From the Wings.
If we stop, I cannot go again. This is the way it happens to me.